Good evening and welcome to the VC3 News Update for Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. I'm Shalisa Nanton. First, in our local stories. After the fallout that the late distribution of prizes and trophies for VC Mas 2022 caused last year, the chairman of the CDC last evening said he was ecstatic that this year they were able to host the ceremony earlier. Adams, during his speech, spoke on the festival, which ran from June 30th to July 1st, paying special attention to Pan, Calypso, inclusive of Raga and Soca and Mass. Adams said that a total of $692,000 were paid out in prizes to the components of VC Mas, with additional prizes being secured for the Junior in the Mass and Calypso competition.
So we always tend to ignore the schools that send their students forward to participate in the Calypso competitions. So this year, we are going to recognize the schools, and so the schools that provided the three winners in the primary schools Calypso, secondary schools Calypso, and Soca Monarch, each of those schools will not only get this wonderful guitar, they will also get a beginner's guitar lessons for the students. So each of the schools this year will be recognized, and that we hope will encourage other schools to come forward and participate in the competitions in future.
According to the chair of the CDC, bursaries have been secured to assist in offsetting some costs as it relates to educational expenses.
Additionally, we've also secured bursaries to assist with offsetting some of the educational expenses for each of the winners in the primary schools competition, the primary schools Calypso, secondary schools Calypso, Soca, Junior Soca, and the Junior King and Junior Queen of the bands. So each of them will get $250 that we anticipate would be used towards offsetting some of their educational expenses. And we do this because we recognize that a lot of us are not going to be on this carnival stage for much longer. And what we need to do is continue to encourage our youths and encourage our school systems to be involved in the carnival product, because that is where the investment in our future always is.
He also gave an update on the Entice Carnival store, which is located inside Victoria Park. He revealed that all carnival materials that were provided to the store were sold out.
A little word on our Entice Carnival store. Notwithstanding the trepidation, I'm happy to say basically all of our carnival materials were sold out this year. And it says that our mass bands are recognizing the value of the investment in that carnival store. So again, we're hoping that we can have the conversations and have the carnival materials brought in early, because if any of you has done any traveling recently, you know the hell that you have to get through to get into and out of any Caribbean island with the situation that exists now. So again, we're hoping to continue to support the mass fraternity by providing the carnival materials.
Adams said that preparations for VC Mas 2024 are well underway. He said the festival known as VC Mas is a we thing and does not belong to any one individual.
I want to say, VC Mas is we thing. VC Mas is not Ricky's thing. It's not Carlos's thing. It's not Ralph thing. It's not Murray thing. It's not Ashford thing. It's we thing. It's all of ours. We have to embrace it, because at the end of it, when I leave the stage and when anybody here leaves the stage, it's still VC Mas. It's still Vincentians telling the world that we have a strong culture, we have a warmth and an energy of a people that we have to sell to the world. So let's not fight the CDC and the government, and so let's work together to push this thing called VC Mas.
The New Democratic Party has launched its quarterly cost of living tracker. The tracker aims to provide individuals with an estimate of the changes in the cost of living based on a basket of key food items from 4 to 6 supermarkets. The tracker will also track the average weekly shopping for a family in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Research coming from the party states that an average family spends $180 a week on food. The NDP emphasized that increases in food costs will put a greater strain on families within SVG. The tracker forms part of the NDP's 5-point plan to tackle cost of living issues. More on the local scene, a draft bill to establish requirements for the provision of care and assistance to the elderly is currently being created. This is the result of several national discussions that have been undertaken since May of this year. The Ministry of National Mobilization held a second consultation on Friday, August 18, 2023, at the NIS conference room to further examine the conclusions reached during the prior stakeholder meetings and to build consensus on issues pertaining to aged care. Since the last of her eruption in 2021, when a significant number of elderly people were abandoned by family members and subsequently became wards of the state, attention has been paid particular to this issue. The penalties that may be imposed on people who abuse the elderly are among the measures that are anticipated to be included in the Older Persons Care and Protection Bill. On Wednesday, August 23, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. at the Kaliakwa Town Hall, the National Emergency Management Organization, the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency Coordinating Unit, and the University of the West Indies invites residents of Kaliakwa and surrounding areas to a community meeting. The meeting's goal is to talk about implementing the Caribbean Community Risk Information Tool in Kaliakwa, which has been designated as one of the tool's 3 most susceptible communities, based on its use in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The CCRIT is a community-based data gathering tool that combines qualitative socio-demographic information from the local population with quantitative geographical data. It facilitates identifying possible risk and related socioeconomic weaknesses that may have an impact on the various populations. And the Old Montrose Lecture Hall will host the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force Band Summer Program closing ceremony on Thursday, August 24, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. The ceremony will see the graduation of 138 participants in total, who will also be awarded certificates of participation. Inspector Vaughn Miller, the police bandmaster, and Mr. Colin John, the Commissioner of Police, will each make a statement. Mr. Chrislon Fraser will deliver the featured speech. And those are all our local news stories. Tune in to VC3 Channel 114 for the regional and international news update, along with the VC3 Sports Update with Shinette Hackshaw. I'm Shalisa Nanton. Thank you for viewing.